Good morning. I'm here to discuss the heritage, culture, and racial differences of African Americans that goes along with Everyday Use by Allison Walker that I've currently read. I feel that a few of the articles help me to understand and might help you to understand more as well. So I feel that the lives of African Americans have changed very rapidly over the last several decades due to them coming together to try to change their future from events of the past. I also feel that they're fighting to change past events. The example being the statue at UNC that they're currently trying to take down due to history not being correct. Um, in Everyday Use by Allison Walker, I feel that this also led to Dee understanding her heritage culture and trying to make her mother and sister see where she comes from, her African roots. Now, she didn't really go into her African roots until she left to go to college or to be educated. But she also never visited her family or gave her family an opportunity to understand exactly where she was coming from when she come home to take pictures of the home with the mother to show that they were poor and this is where they came from, or the blankets or the butter churn. Those are objects that her family have used for many, many years that are their family heirlooms. And she wanted to preserve those where her mother, they use those every day. They don't preserve anything. Then her mother and sister did not understand that. I feel that if she would have come home, they would have understood her more in that regard. By reading the African American Elders, Cultural Traditions, and the Family Reunion Generations by Renee McCoy, I feel that family reunions are important because they contribute to the survival, health, and endurance of African Americans' families, and also helping to maintain cultural heritage given the uncertain and difficult times that they had, especially during slavery and the civil rights and coming up from those eras. Um, had Dee come home with her family and offered her experiences of what she learned, her family were more likely to understand where she comes from. But you have to come home. The gathering of families have become more important over the last several years because it's imperative to teach younger generations about the past to help reinforce positive outcomes to their lives and to participate with the family elders so that you can understand the information from your heritage. Um, there's also a lot of different rituals that African Americans use throughout their lives, that they have those rituals that they use for parties or a birth or a death. Without learning those, that heritage and history just disappears, especially over generation, if you don't take the time to learn it correctly. And I feel that that's what Dee was trying to come across with her mother and sister, to understand the heritage, to preserve it. In the article I read, Fight versus Flight, a reevaluation of Dee and Allison Walker's Everyday Use by Susan Farrell. Um, in that article, they discussed how Dee was misunderstood. Yes, she was insensitive and selfish to her mother and father, but of course, she was trying to teach them with her heritage and culture by preserving their family heirlooms. Again, it all is based around that, her family heirlooms and how important that culture is for her, and how she was trying to get her mother and sister to see that. Then again, had she have visited, they would have understood that. I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. I know that I'm not the greatest at giving presentations or doing videos. If you have any questions, that would be great to contact me. I really hope that you have enjoyed this. Thank you.